Hello guys, and welcome back to the Car Obsession YouTube channel, and welcome back to the Mazda MX-5. Now, as you may have seen on the channel recently, I've had the great chance to drive a lot of interesting and different cars. So from the Range Rover Velar to the Honda Civic Type R, and it rhymes, to the Nissan Micra, to the Nissan Qashqai. That doesn't rhyme, but hopefully you get what I mean. And since I haven't done a vlog for a while, I thought, I'll jump in the car, go for a drive, have a bit, oh that's loud, have a bit of a ramble. Because I wanted to discuss how I get access to cars, and it's a question I get asked quite frequently. And I thought, well, it makes sense to do a vlog about it, especially as recently I have driven lots of different cars. By the way, you may have noticed that my Suzuki videos have been taken down. Nothing major, nothing drastic, nothing serious. I just need to re-edit them a little bit, and they will be posted back up to the channel tomorrow. So if you're wondering where they've gone, fear not, they will be back. Just need to do a bit of tweaking to them. But yes, anyway, how do I get access to cars? Now, it's interesting because different people I speak to have got different ideas in their heads or different theories. So I thought, you know what, let me shoot a little vlog. So the first and most common theory I get is that I go to my local dealership and pick cars up from there. And that makes perfect sense. Now, when I started Car Obsession, that's how I thought it worked. I went to all of my local dealerships and said, you know, would I be able to drive some of your cars? And it turns out that's not how it's done. But that's not to say that dealerships won't give you cars, because I know that some other YouTubers have got some good working relationships with dealerships, and they are able to get cars via that pathway. But for me, the dealerships in my area weren't really interested. MX-5 friend. So yes, so a lot of people think I go to my local dealership and pick cars up, which I don't, because that's not something they're really able to offer, and they divert me to go straight to the manufacturer. But I will get onto that a little bit later. Oh wow, an old school Mini. That looks really cool. I hope you saw that. I do like a classic Mini. Yet to drive one. I'd love to drive a classic Mini. Anyway, I am becoming distracted. What changes? The second theory is one that I think people have with rose tinted glasses, and that is that the manufacturers approach me. That would be fantastic, and if I were someone like Smee150 or Supercars of London or Seeing Through Glass, Archie Hamilton, Zeb Delaney and so forth, that would be a reality. I would have car manufacturers coming to me saying, would you like to drive our latest whatever it may be? But no, that's not the case either, because I'm still very much a small time operation. I don't have people approaching me, I have to go to them, which is no problem whatsoever. So yes, that's option number 2. The third option, a bit bumpy down here. The third option is one that I've only come across once or twice from people, but it's quite an interesting one. It kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't at the same time, and that is that I pay to hire these cars. And I can see where people are coming from when they think that, but no, that's not the case, because I don't make any money from Car Obsession. Therefore, it wouldn't be viable for me to go out, pay my own money to hire cars, because long term I would be broke, so that wouldn't work at all. But again, I can see why people think that, but that's not the case. Just letting the wind go through my hair. It's very pleasant indeed. So to go back to my original question, another classic Mini. Yeah, loving it. So to go back to my original question, how do I get access to cars? Well, what I do is I go directly to the manufacturer, go directly to their press office, find their press office contact details, send them an email or give them a ring. It's normally an email because that's easier for me to fit around my my full-time job. And I basically explain who I am, give them a bit of information about my YouTube channel and my website, and basically say, can I drive one of your cars? And to begin with, I got almost everyone said no. And I will explain why in a few moments. But I'm getting to a point where more manufacturers are looking to work with me, and slowly but surely I'm getting in with more brands. So for example, I've got my very first Peugeot coming in 2 weeks' time. That's a Peugeot 3008, and then December I've got another Peugeot coming, the 5008. Now let me explain why it's difficult to get cars from manufacturers. Firstly, it's availability. Now you may have this idea in your head that a manufacturer, because they build the cars after all, that they would have almost an infinite amount of cars they can send out to journalists or YouTubers. No, that's not quite the case. Their press fleets are rather limited, and if you can imagine, they have people ringing them up every day or emailing them every day saying, can I drive your whatever it may be. There's only so many cars to go around. You can't please everyone. The other reason why it's difficult to get cars from manufacturers is because it costs some money to send a car out, and you're probably thinking, how can it cost them money to send one of their own cars out? Well, let me break it down for you. So on average, it may be more, it may be less, depends on the brand, and it depends on the car as well. On average, it will cost a brand £1,000 to send a car out, and you're probably thinking, how? Okay, so firstly, they need to pay for the car to be delivered and picked up. Granted, that probably won't cost much. They have to pay for the car to come with a full tank of petrol, and the brand also has to pay for the car to be insured. So that's why it costs around £1,000, and that's why a lot of brands will say no to me to begin with, purely because they will want to see some kind of return of investment. And what I mean by that is, let's say a brand pays £1,000. That's very loud. Let's say a brand pays £1,000 to send a car out to me, and only 50 people watch my video review and only 15 people read my written review. Obviously, it's not worth it. They've essentially paid £1,000 for me to have a free car for the week. Whereas if I do a video and it's getting 50,000 views, which one of my videos has been able to achieve, which is fantastic, my Suzuki S-Cross video, that's I think it's getting on for 53,000, might be more, might be less. Obviously, if a video is getting that amount of hits, then it's worth it, because the brand is getting more exposure and they're more likely to sell cars from that review. Are they? Yeah, they're turning. And the brands are very much about numbers. I could produce the best video going, but if no one watches it, then for the brand it's not worth it, because they need exposure, they need numbers. So when a brand says no to me, do I take that offensively? No. Do I take it personally? No, I don't, because I know that I'm still very much a small-time operation. My YouTube channel and website are still rather young, although I've been doing it for over 1.5 years. I'm still growing, and I'm still kind of learning from experience, and there's a lot to learn. And I'm still building up my readership for my website, and also my subscribers for the YouTube channel. By the way, if you're a new subscriber, hello, welcome. Thank you for dropping by, and if you're someone that's been with me since day one, thank you so much for sticking around. You guys make what I do worthwhile, and you guys also help me to get access to cars, because you guys are watching the videos and you're helping me achieve those numbers. Then brands want to give cars to me, which is top notch. So yes, so I am starting to get in with more brands, but don't get me wrong, it's still difficult. It's still an uphill battle, so to speak. But things will get easier with time. Anyway, I'm going to sum up there. because I appreciate I've been talking to you for quite some time, and I don't want to bore you too much. Hopefully some of you have found this video interesting. I know there's quite a few of you that aren't really bothered how I get cars, but I thought it was worthwhile shooting this video, because I do get asked that question quite often, and I thought it'd be easier just to do a video. So yes, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't done it already, please subscribe for more Car Obsession.